Hello, everyone. We're back with Ken Dombrowski, Executive Life Coach and Master Hypnotist. And today I want to kind of stick on the plane of technology and talk about how that AI engine is not your therapist.
Well, I'm not your therapist either. I'm your life coach
Right.
and hypnotist, just to be clear.
Right.
But people are, there is a growing trend of people who are going to AI, and there's so many of them, different forms and platforms of it, and they're using this as a form of therapy because it's easy. You can do it completely isolated. It removes the embarrassment of telling a therapist something that you've done or what you're thinking or feeling. So it eliminates all that stuff. It's so easy. You don't even have to type it into a keyboard now. Now you can just verbalize it to your computer, and then it gives you real-time feedback. So this can actually become your therapist if you let it. But it doesn't mean it's going to be helpful. It doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean what you should do. It's just going to give you a very vague overview of what the information that it has that may or may not really be specific to you, of course. But unfortunately, it still feels good. It's instant gratification, which people love, which is always the worst. The faster you get your gratification, the worse it's going to be. It's just that simple. Then there's also excuse me, not just the instant gratification, it's minimal effort. Whenever we get reward from minimal effort, it's going to also, again, turn out to be bad, and you can do it several times a day. And all this going on says, hey, I can easily become addicted to AI as my therapist because of all the stuff that it isn't and all the stuff that it is, and it's free. Oh, man. And because it's a computer, it's crawled every psychology paper and book. It has all this information that's available to the entire world, and it's giving it to me. So that means it must be good for me, must be healthy, and it just really turns out to be not.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest problem is like it's still a machine. It's still an engine at the end of the day. And, it's pretending to be all-knowing, but it can't be all-knowing in something it can't understand, and it can't understand emotion. So trying to talk to an AI engine about the different issues you're having in your love life or with a friend or family or not liking your job, it can't physically give you a good answer back for something like that because it can't understand that. Emotion is not something that you can just read an article and get. You can read an article and understand or know how a diagnosis is found out through symptoms, but it can't actually help you with your emotions. Like, we sit here and talk to people about their emotions and help them dissect the root causes and these other things, and it can't do that with you properly because it doesn't have the ability. So you're kind of just talking to something that's pretending to care about you. And I think that's a lot worse. And I do agree with the instant gratification thing. The easier it is to get to a result, the less you're actually going to care about it, the less you're going to trust it, and the less you're going to want to go back to it because it's going to stop doing something for you a lot quicker than searching for the answer. Human interaction, diving deep with another person is going to actually help you.
Exactly. What I can see is there'd be a cycle that would happen. And this can happen with pretty much any form of addiction. But I can see this happening because this is an addiction of something that's really not even there. You can start off going, well, I'm just going to, I'm feeling kind of depressed about, a breakup or my job, I got fired or whatever it might be. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into an AI platform and see what it says. What should I do? How should I handle this? What am I going through emotionally? Oh, well, that was interesting. That took no time. Within seconds, I had a complete readout of what I could and should do to help myself feel better, get back on track, and, all that kind of stuff. Okay, great. That felt nice. Then you're doing it again and again and again and again. And now you're turning to it, asking it, which brand of cereal should I buy?
Right.
Which one would be, would I like the most and be best for me? So we're going to use it to make every decision for us in our life. And then we start realizing how empty that all is. How there's no substance. I didn't do anything. See, reward comes from work, effort. The less work, the less effort, the less the reward. but the reward, it feels like a reward initially because you did get a response, but it's empty. It's completely, it has no weight to it. So then we go through this cycle to where we're going to be using it like crazy. Oh, I'm using it for everything. And then we go, okay, screw this. I'm not using this anymore because I just don't like the way I feel overall. It's not helping me. I can't even remember my own name without asking AI. So then we kind of go through these cycles, and you can go through them over and over again.
I think the other thing too with AI is like, you know, some engines more than others, they're going to just placate you. Like there's a lot of placation involved. So it's going to be alluring to want to listen to AI because it's going to be like, yeah, you're right. You deserve to feel that way. You should do that. It's never going to challenge you. It's never going to push back on you. So that it's also going to feel really empty because it's just validating you. To validate you, because again, it can't think, you know, like there's certain levels of political correctness built into the systems. So some might like push back on you in the sense of political correctness, but at the end of the day, you're going to be placated the entire time. You know, some people need a little bit more placating before we get to the hard stuff. Some people we know we can just be like, hard stop, no. You know, like there's different types of personalities that need to be taken into consideration, and AI is doing that to an extent, but it's really just like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you do that. Yeah, you should say that. These are the best options. What one suits you? Like it's just placating you, and that's not going to, you know, make you happy for very long because we need to be disagreed with. And if you do like being placated and you let AI just like tell you you're right all the time, it's going to cause some serious diagnoses, disorders. There's going to be problems there because you're going to just be constantly reinforced that you are right all the time, and nobody's right all the time. Not even he is. It just doesn't work that way.
Not even close. and alignment with that, when you are, and this is kind of builds on something we've already had to work for many years, and that's isolation. One of the most challenging adult experiences for me to help someone overcome is self-isolation. And this is usually going to be a combination of a person who has just enough money, maybe from an inheritance or something, that they can live on for the rest of their life and live in a very modest place, but they're happy with it. And they're afraid to go out because they don't want to take a chance of spending money that they might fall short, or they don't want to have people around them might want to cost them money or borrow money. So they end up just self-isolating. And so they sit in their house all day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They even get to where they start having everything delivered, and they watch TV or listen to radio or music. And there's absolutely no contradiction whatsoever, no conflict at all. So they do believe that every last thought in my head is absolute and true. And then they have to talk to the delivery guy. The delivery guy can bring something to their house that they've ordered and just make an innocuous comment about something, and the person who's in isolation can lose their frickin' shit because they can't believe you just said that to them. And it's just typical everyday banter that most people would experience.
Right.
So it really can be becomes very destructive.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, you know, we can say it time and time again, but the longer you sit on your phone, just the more issues you're going to have because you're not in the real world. AI is not the real world. It's literally artificial intelligence. You are talking to something completely made up and fake. That should be red flag number one. That's fine if you are trying to get to an answer quicker, you know, about like what is the best brand for this, you know, but it's really not what you should be doing if you're dealing with something emotional. You want to know the best way to clean your car? Perfect. Go to AI. You just need a list of ideas that you can bounce off of creatively? Perfect. Go to AI. Something that still takes you as a human to then interact further in real life, go ahead, use AI. But when you're literally sitting on your phone 24/7 and exiting TikTok so you can go to whichever AI engine you prefer to tell it about what you just saw on TikTok that you didn't like, or this person just sent you a text you didn't like, and you're interacting with AI to get your answers, that is so, so detrimental to your emotional and mental health. There's just no other way to go about it. It can't make you a better person. It can't.
Really cannot, and it won't. It's going to make you sad, depressed, lonely, isolated, all that.
Yeah, you're going to end up needing us more, but, you know, it's probably going to end up being, in turn, harder to fix because you're too stuck in this like technological world, which we kind of like touched on in the parasocial video. But it's just the idea that like the more you let this consume you, way harder to pull you back. It's like any other addiction. Like technology is an addiction, and all of this use for it it's like the hardest addiction you can go over because it's literally everywhere.
Yeah. That's another interesting topic that I think most people might not even be aware of or talk about.
I think it's because, AI became very mainstream over the last few years. So I'm sure we'll start getting terms for different diagnoses that kids and adults can get with all of these different things coming out, because the longer we rely on technology, the more we're seeing this. Like there's still disorders popping up all the time for different sorts of like defiance and anger issues in kids that weren't there before. And I firmly believe that they're there due to children's access to technology and the things that they like learn from it and absorb from it. And that's just going to get even worse with AI. These kids don't even have to think anymore, and that's really scary. Like they can just go to AI and have an answer like that. So instant gratification has never been more instant and less gratifying, actually. So that's kind of the problem, is like, people are gonna just become really lazy, and we need to fix that. Even emotionally, intellectually, like we need to keep up on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think, the difference is here, everything we do is like emotional and intellectual gymnastics. Like you're really having to think through your life and think through your experiences to try and like help yourself and get helped with whatever you come in as your issue with. And like that takes a lot of work. And I think, the reason that we don't appeal to everyone is because people don't want to do that anymore. But the ones that do, like, they really are in the right place when they come here. And like we can tell when we have the right person in front of us, because you can see when someone's done. You can see when someone really wants to make that change. And that's really kind of what we're looking for, the person that's just like fed up and over it.
And definitely we're going kind of in a little bit of a different direction for our video here, but that's a great point that you just made. See, the way our operation works is we cannot go after clients. We can't go and find people and say, hey, we do life coaching and hypnosis. We can help you with this. So that doesn't work. What has to happen is, as you're saying, people have to find us. They have to go through a whole cycle of, go through their doctor, then go through therapy, and go through all kinds of different treatments and drugs and whatnot, and trusting AI to help them with their problems before they finally go, okay, I guess I do need to go see that guy Ken that I had a consult with 2 years ago. It is time for me to go and actually do that program, because everything else I've tried didn't work. So yeah, you're right. There's a lot going on there.
And that's one thing I will say, like using AI to find somebody to help you, great use of AI. Using AI to help you, terrible use of AI. Like we even added it. We have intake forms that people have to fill out. We added, how did you find us? One of the options now is an AI engine, and people are finding us through AI, which is great because they're still looking for human contact. They're looking for human connection. So they're using it properly. And that's just really, really important. Like they could have easily found us on Google just the same, but if AI is the way you get your information now, whatever, as long as you're still, again, going to the human world, still putting like human movement, thought, and everything into it, and not just like sucking into the technology vortex that we have going on these days. So I think that's fine. Like people look up the best rated hypnotist, life coach in their area. We pop up. Beautiful. Use that. Use it however you need to use it, as long as you still end up working with a human. I think that's just the most important part of this. Yep. It's not your therapist. It's not your life coach. It's not your hypnotist. It can probably find a hypnosis script for you to read to yourself or something, but how effective is that really going to be coming from a robot?
Right. Yeah, I don't really know of anything else that I could add to that topic. I think we kind of covered it pretty good.
Yeah, same thing as always. I'm sure we'll have more to say at some point, but right now, based on how it's going, that's what I've got.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for that information. I feel like, we just need to remind people it's not your therapist. That's a really, really important reminder to have, even though it might feel great at the time. Think of the long term.
There you go.
But yeah, so if you need help getting away from your AI engine, or you're using AI to find someone that can help you, give us a call. Check out our website. We'd love to talk to you. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.